Next weekend's eclipse wants us to forgive ourselves for not being in control of everything that happens here. Next Sunday, September 7th, we're having a full moon total lunar eclipse. So this is a full moon where Earth is like perfectly positioned between the sun and the moon so as to block the light of the sun from hitting the moon. So what would normally be a big, juicy, bright full moon is dimmed or darkened completely. That's what an eclipse is. That's what a lunar eclipse is. And this is symbolic of circumstances that are simply beyond our control. The storyline shifts in a way that isn't up to us and never was. And that theme is really reinforced by the signs that this eclipse is taking place in. It's the Virgo-Pisces axis. These two signs have a lot to say about the different ways humans can respond to not being in control or not getting what they want. Virgo has a tendency to trick itself into believing that if I work harder, if I work myself to the bone, if I sacrifice every part of myself and my wellness, I can exert control over this situation. I can determine the outcome. And Pisces adopts kind of the opposite attitude. If the game is rigged, I'm not playing. None of this is real. If none of this is up to me, then why would I try? Let me go take a nap. It's kind of the difference between like hyperfixation and dissociation. So there are likely big themes coming up for some of us surrounding how am I using my energy, and am I funneling my energy into circumstances that I do not have control over? Am I like wasting my life force trying to exert control over something that refuses to be dominated by me? And I think Virgo is really representative of, it's like the sacred act of trying. Even if you fail, even if it is completely futile, there is something really holy about your effort, about your intention. Those things matter. But there's also something really divine and holy about the act of surrender, of relinquishing that control. Eclipse season is a period of time where the hands of fate really get all up in our business and move the chess pieces around in ways that we can't plan for and can't really stop. The North Node and the South Node are 2 points that indicate where we're having eclipses. We're having eclipses in Virgo and Pisces because the nodes are in Virgo and Pisces. We have the North Node, the head of the dragon, the endlessly hungry, never quite satisfied pull towards something in Pisces, this sign that represents surrender, release. It's that acknowledgement that there is something bigger at play here that doesn't answer to you. And then the South Node, the tail of the dragon, you think of the kinds of dynamics and energies that you have gotten everything you're going to out of, and now it's waste. Now it's ready to be expelled or released or expressed in some way. You can't take it with you. And that South Node in Virgo, it's been in Virgo since January. It's been there all year. So this call to stop fighting, stop struggling, or you'll drown, that's been a very long-term message that the South Node has had for us. But now that it's really popping off with these eclipses in Virgo and Pisces, this is kind of the culmination point. You are going to hurt yourself and possibly others if you do not acknowledge that there are some things that are simply not up to you. And once we can acknowledge that in so many ways, life is just bigger than us, we can start to forgive ourselves for things not going our way, for the outcomes not being what we'd hoped for or what we'd tried for. So many of us use difficult external circumstances as an indicator that we have done something wrong or are wrong in some like foundational, profound, inherent way, the circumstances are not up to you. Sorry, newsflash. That's not to say that you're like totally incapable of ever getting anything you want done, or that like your effort is completely meaningless. That's not what I'm saying. But I think that a lot of us do some serious gaslighting of ourselves and blame ourselves for things that are simply beyond our control. And it's not healthy. At the time of this eclipse, the moon, yes, is opposite the sun. It's coming into a trine, a lucky, abundant aspect with Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer is the ultimate caregiver, the ultimate parent. And this eclipse happening in a trine with that intuitive, emotionally intelligent version of Jupiter, there's really a lot here that suggests let something bigger take care of you. Let yourself be guided, let yourself be carried, let yourself be shepherded by something you don't fully understand, but simply have to believe has your best interests at heart. There's a lot of faith being asked of you here. Maybe that's not something you're super familiar with. I'm not. I don't think many of us are, which is why this astrology is so needed in this moment. What if what happens next isn't up to you? And what if that's actually okay? All of that being said, I want to encourage you strongly to get more sleep than you think you need during this period of time. Because the Virgo Pisces axis speaks directly to our effort and our use of our own energy, in all likelihood, your energy levels are going to be wildly unpredictable. And I think many of us will be called to rest in the face of stress. Rest as a response to stressful situations. There's nothing to fix. Yes, it is a mess. You're absolutely right. It's actually not yours to clean up. Let time help you out. Let the living, breathing universe that loves you and is part of you and that you are part of help you out. You are not in this alone. You are not the end all be all. If you can't find a solution, there will be no solution. You are in a partnership with God or fate or destiny, whatever word you like to use. You have done enough. Your turn is over. Now it's time for the magic of the universe. It's their turn. I hope this was helpful and interesting. I would love to hear from you in the comments how this astrology is treating you, how this cosmic trust fall is treating you and freaking you the fuck out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Good job today. We will get through this. Good luck out there.